Hello, everyone. The two pieces that I'll compare and contrast today are the statue of the standing youth from the Greek on page 256, and then I'll be comparing and contrasting it to the King Queen by the Egyptians on page 252. The first similarity that I see is something that was first mentioned during the Egyptian civilization, which is the straightforward pose seen here in both sculptures. The Egyptians also place their left foot forward as well, the Greek place their left foot forward as well, like the Egyptians do. The Egyptians remain connected to their original stone in this particular sculpture, or the material that they are sculpted with, unlike the Greek. And the Greek have more of a freestanding sculpture. The Egyptians also, in this particular sculpture, look a little more pleasant in their posing. Like the woman has her arm wrapped around the male in the sculpture, and the Greek have a more stiff, rigid face, although the Egyptians are known to have a rigid, serious appearance to their sculptures as well. This particular one I just felt was a little different and looked a little bit more caring, based off of that embrace with the hug. The Greek also had no issue exposing the anatomy of their figures, as opposed to the Egyptians, whose figures were obviously not as clothed as they could be, but were more clothed than, definitely more clothed than the Greek sculptures. The Egyptians also had more chiseled facial features, more defined muscle tone um, in this particular one, and they are more realistic in that aspect than that of the Greek. Um, it seems that, like, to the Greek, in the Greek sculpture that I'm referring to, because obviously there are ones that are more defined that you can find now, but in this particular one that is that I'm referring to, it seems as though they took a step backwards because their facial features aren't as defined. It has more of a blank look on the face, and the Egyptians who did their sculptures before the Greek, they have facial features that you can clearly see. The muscles are defined. The body is defined, as though it was sculpted based upon the actual person. And the Greeks appears to be more sculpted of the idea of the human body. So, all right.